it's cloudy. It's it's pretty cool. I have to say, it's a completely new name for me, so that's cool.
Okay, good. Well, hopefully your viewers as well.
Well, tell us all about it. So where did it come from?
Where did we come from? So we were born out of a services organisation probably about 12 years ago, and that services organisation is called Nuvola, which is French for cloud. Don't worry about it. We went into the distribution world about probably 9 years ago and looked at wrapping services around the products. So everything we do, we have a service wrap around it. So we're a little bit different to the normal VADs. It enables our partners to be able to onboard products a little bit easier without the big overheads. We take the heavy lifting. They hopefully can take the money and the margin.
So it's like a managed service contract.
Absolutely, yes.
Is it for equipment or for services?
It's for everything. So services around software, around hardware, or just services on your own. So if you just want to buy a service off us, depending on what you want, we can wrap it around. You white label it and go into the customer as you. As you as the reseller, yeah. So a little bit different to the broad line. We've always done comms. We're very strong on comms. That's our niche. So in that respect, anything comms encompassing is part of our bag, and that's why Teams has suddenly become part of our bag, because it's now comms.
No, because also there's a lot of customer base there.
100%. So as everything, the customer drives what you need to do, and that's good. You know, we traditionally 8 years ago we're doing on-prem, then we moved to hybrid, and now it's a lot of cloud stuff.
So how do you get to your customers though to find out what they need? I know you obviously have your direct customers. It sounds to me like the people that are taking your products and reselling them and all that kind of stuff. But do you actually ever get to the end customers in terms of how satisfied they are with it? Or let me tell you a little about me, because I'm from the other end. I work for a lot of organizations. Currently, I'm the infrastructure manager for a company in Belgium called Lineus, and I basically am managed servicing my organization. No phoning me up now to try and sell me services, because I won't.
We'll email you.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. But so I'm at the end of this process and trying to convince my guys to be, we want managed services. I don't want to think about this anymore. So I always wonder, from your perspective, your definition of a good service is your end user getting it. So how do you ever get to find out about that, or don't you? Or is it a challenge?
It's a challenge, a massive challenge. So I've done this for a long time. I've been an end user salesman. And as a distributor, you're always one step away. So you work very closely with the vendors, because you like to think they are producing the products that you want. But at the same time, we do work quite closely with our resellers to ensure that the service we're giving them, whether it be delivering a product or delivering a man to a site or remote, it's what they want. Yeah. And the telltale signs are if they buy it.
Yeah.
So if they're not buying it, they're not wanting it. We obviously also keep a very close eye on the market, and certainly making sure that the services we have are what people want.
Yeah, I was just looking out the window, which is why you went quiet. I thought, why is he looking somewhere else?
No.
Because I was just looking at your great tagline, giving your team the power. So what is the sell that they're giving people when they end up at the store? It's quite handy having the store outside the door.
Yeah, it's really good for you. Yeah, you don't have to memorize it.
No, I don't.
So, I mean, it's all about ensuring that our resellers, their sales team, the owners, whatever, understand the whole concept of Teams and how far it goes. It's not just about a license on your desktop. It's about all the ecosystem. So for us, we don't sell licenses. That's not our bag. What we sell is every product that fits around, that ensures you to be delivering a full UCaaS deployment.
Okay, so give an example of a product.
So we're talking about contact center. So we have a product called CC for All, which is a contact center. It's all authorized to work with Teams in extended mode, gives you omni-channel, works the kind of dynamics of call queues, everything you want in a contact center. So that wraps around Teams. So the reseller doesn't have to be selling the license. He could go in and say, I've got a contact requirement, and we go, okay, here you are, contact center for all. Nice. So that's one of the products. We have call recording, we actually talk about LAN infrastructure, Wi-Fi infrastructure as well. So obviously, although everything's on the cloud, guess what? The infrastructure is key, as you know, to ensuring delivering a good voice quality, contact center quality, call recording, whatever it may be.
Cool. And how long have you been around? I wasn't sure they got a number out of it.
Yeah, about 12 years. 12 years.
Oh, you did say that.
Yeah. So, and our resellers have changed. So the traditional UC or voice Someone even used the word telephony the other day.
Oh, yeah, I've had somebody mention it this morning. Telephony.
I haven't heard that. You must be old. Yeah,
I am. Yeah.
No,
this is real grey hair. Trust me.
Oh, I haven't. I've that mine. So
just a bit of grey here and a bit of grey there.
I don't think anyone knows. So the resellers have changed. So their challenge is, whereas previously they've walked in and wanted to talk about voice or telephony, the customer's gone, no, I want to talk about Teams. And to explain them, well, actually, your Teams is actually your PABX. Your Teams is your comms device. And making sure they can fulfill that requirement when the customer says, okay, I want to turn on X, Y, and Z, the stuff that I traditionally would have had with my Avaya or a Mitel, whatever. And that's the big challenge for us, trying to get those resellers switched over. Because if they don't, they'll be left behind.
So sitting here, this is an end user conference.
Yeah.
So it's an end user exhibition.
Yep.
But you're selling to distributors.
So we're working with Gamma and CC for All, who again are selling their wares.
Yes. Okay.
And we're just facilitating that. We are also giving food for thought for people. So we have like I said, a complete ecosystem, which is call center, call recording, UCAS integration. So we also work with 8x8 and those guys, because if people want enterprise grade telephony, and the idea is come and talk to us. We'll help you find your way through, depending on whether you've got, a Phone Plus contract with Microsoft 365, whatever it might be. Because the Gamma piece of turning on the voice is fundamental.
No, of course, and turning it on right and making sure people know how to use it,
Exactly.
etc. So that's cool. And you're speaking at the conference?
I am speaking. Yeah, I'm going to top and tail a Gamma. I think most people want to listen to Gamma because they're a key partner out there, and with Operator Connect, it actually turns it on quite nicely. So yeah, I'm going to be doing a bit of speaking, but not a great deal, because as you say, as a distributor, people don't understand that.
No.
But I'll be talking, and like I say, I'm hoping they'll come around and go, what about this? What about that?
All right, we're seeing the man in action. He wanted a cold beer, so he's actually got an ice bucket to be able to put his. There we go. I thought this was a flower pot. That's a great sound.
It's not the best size, but it'll get there.
What's the beer?
That is from Cycle Brewing, a collaboration with Omnipolo out of, let's call it Denmark. And it is a 3-year barrel-aged stout.
Oh, excellent.
That's going to be heavy.
3-year barrel-aged stout. Just 3-year barrel-aged. And no adjunct.
Nice.
Denmark. They know what they do.
Oh, from St. Petersburg, Florida, with a few from wherever Omnipolo Brewing is from. But it's branded under Cycle Brewing from.
I'm a whiskey guy. My podcast is about whiskey and tech. And recently, one of the Belgian whiskey distilleries, they're also a brewery. They did the same thing for their last year. I think it was their Christmas beer. They did a beer that was brewed in a whiskey barrel and a whiskey cask, and then the whiskey was created from the same cask, and it was absolutely delicious. I never drank the beer. Wasn't my thing, so I gave that to the brother-in-law. The whiskey, though, was superb. And so that was good. Nice cask. You take the beer, but the beer was... They could have kept it for 3 or 4 years.
Belgian beer,
When you get that process in place, it was quite cool.
Yeah, it's not like our good old lager over here.
No, it's not meant to. I mean, this lager is meant to be sold, isn't it? Let's wrap it around. Oh, well, that's cool. So thank you very much. This was a different chat, different level of service for people.
Good. You need a bit of everything.
Yeah, I think so. And I think your ability to meet at different areas is quite...
we're not the standard distributor that everyone knows and loves or hates. Don't know.
Do you often get any organisation, because I'm guessing you're picking additional services up with your customers, your end customers, you go along, but it gets to the point where they think, I've got all my eggs in one basket. This is all.
I mean, there is that risk, but at the same time, sounds corny, but it's about relationships, and people know they trust us, so they actually like it. But there will be things where we say we can't do. We're not jack of all.
Good.
So we are quite careful in that respect.
Neat. All right, cool. Michael Lloyd, thank you for joining us. Best of luck with your speaks.
Have a good rest of the day, guys.
Yeah, we will have great.
Enjoy your beer.
Short break and meet with Neil.
Have some whiskey.
Okay, cool.
Thanks very much.
Cheers.